at the put-in for the Kickapoo River, public landing on Highway 33. My plan is to paddle down to Lafarge, so I'll spend one night on the river. Well, I can't say I'm a huge fan of the public landing in Ontario on river left. Steeply sloping concrete, no eddy into deep water, sharp jagged rocks, and no place to tie off. So it'd be okay if you had a cheap plastic boat that you were willing to drag on the concrete, but you know, a nice composite boat, you know, you're gonna scratch it up good. I tried to load it, end up slipping in and scraping the shit out of my ankle and getting all wet. So I'm off to an inauspicious start. Here's what the Kickapoo is known for: nice limestone bluffs, big white pines. So good scenery. It's a shame the water is basically gray and heavily sedimented from runoff. Here's the only thing resembling a rapids on the Kickapoo. Stopped to check out campsite V at Bridge 8. I didn't go all the way to the site. The map says it's 75 yards from the river. I'd say it's a hell of a lot more than that, because the landing's on the wrong side of the river. You got to walk up to the road, across the bridge, down the road, through the woods, across the stream, and up a hill. So just a little bit further from the river than I want to deal with. So I'm going to head on. Well, I'm at campsite S. The landing sucks. Just a mud pit. Like a pig wallowing in mud, getting out of the boat, and then it's a steep, slippery, muddy climb. Good part is, you know, the map says it's 75 yards from the river up to the campsite, but you know, it's got to be less than that. It's not a bad walk at all. It's way closer than the first site I stopped at, which said was only 50 yards. But downside of this site is we're really close to the highway. Not a lot of traffic on the highway, but what does go by is really close and loud. On Tuesday, I'm pulling out of the campsite S, which is just above landing 10 on the Kickapoo. I mean, it's a decent enough campsite, except the takeout really sucks. It's steep, slippery mud. So it's kind of an ordeal getting in and out of the boat. But once you're out, it's okay. Here's a nice bluff just a little ways downstream from campsite M. Nice. Yeah, guess they're hemlock trees. So shaded enough to keep it cool, to have hemlocks and ferns like you would further north. Passing under Bridge 14, there's a landing just up ahead here on the left. This is the last one before Lafarge. Then it's 7.5 miles from here. Oh, another nice bluff with hemlocks overhanging. I like how the bluffs go from one side of the river to the other. really cool if they were on both sides at the same time, but you don't seem to get that here. Alright, I'm coming up to the bridge in Farge where the takeout is. It took me 3.5 hours to get here from campsite S. So no obstructions, beautiful weather. Overall, a good trip.